Yes, boys and girls, hope all of you are doing well today. If you're a Chelsea fan, you're probably not doing well. I mean, it's been almost 24 hours since the game against Brighton yesterday in the Premier League, where Chelsea got absolutely annihilated in the end. We lost 3-1, and things absolutely capitulated from the start of that second half. After a very promising first half, we actually looked good. We got the goal from Enzo Fernandez, brilliant ball in from Reece James. And then circumstances happen and we go on to lose the game, and a lot of questions have to be asked, and they're going to be and a topic that's going to come up in this video, which we'll get onto after I discuss the game and where I stand on it. We're going to get into all that, but before we do, make sure you guys smash the like button and hit that subscribe button, because today is going to be a lot needs to be said in this video. Because if we go through the game. Starting 11 didn't have a problem with it. Only thing I would have maybe done is I would have maybe given the start to Josh, but I'm not going to lose sleep over that. We started off the game brilliantly. We're playing so well. We were like on the front foot. Brighton were having to set up as a low block. They had to defend. We got the goal with Enzo Fernandez. I'd be thinking we'd get another one before half time, but we didn't. But that's not the end of the world, because we thought going into half time, we thought we'd come out the second half, we'd get another one. And then what happens? Obviously, it's half time. Then second half begins, and then early on in the first half, poor touch from Andre Santos. Don't know what he was doing. He was dilly dallying around with it. Then they go through on goal, and then Trevor Chalobah brings him down. Doesn't make any contact with the ball whatsoever. It's a red card. It's a red card. Anyone trying to deny that, it's not. It's a blatant red card. And I knew it was. The second he went down, I sat there and went, no, what are you doing? That's 2 red cards in 2 games for Chelsea players. I think this one, Chalobah's only going to miss 1 game because it wasn't a serious foul play. It's a denial of a goal scoring opportunity. So he's going to be missing Liverpool. So that means we're going into a Liverpool game now with 2 centre backs by default. And that's not true, actually. We've got Badiashile back now. So our centre back options are Badiashile, Hato, and Josh Achiempong against Liverpool, who have Isak, Ekitike, Wirtz, Salah, Gakpo. It is not looking good. But that's a minor issue right now. We get the red, he gets sent off. What does Maresca do? The exact same thing he did against Manchester United. He takes off Willian Esteval, who was literally our best player up until that point. He was brilliant in that first half. He takes him off and brings on Malo Gusto. Man. I'll get on to him in a minute. But he does that, so brings on another defender, which instantly sends a message to Brighton that you're here for that. You're here to defend the lead. You're not going to attack anymore. And then what happens? They bring on Danny Welbeck, and I said, when I saw Danny Welbeck warming up, when I saw his number come up, I'm like, this guy's going to come on and score. And he scored 2. He actually scored 2. This guy has a brilliant record against us. So down the wing, Gusto didn't defend it well, and then ball in. No one's marking Welbeck, heads it in, 1-1. So they equalise, and we all saw that coming. Because at that point, Brighton were on the front foot. They were creating most chances, and we haven't got the defenders where we can defend the lead like that. We just haven't got the personnel. We haven't got like the quality for it. I don't know why Enzo Maresca keeps persisting with it. And then what does he do after that goal? He takes off Pedro Neto. He wasn't having a good game, don't get me wrong, but you're bringing off an attacker for a defender again. So once again, João Pedro is our only attacking option at that point. So what does that say? As I say, what does that say to Brighton? You're here for the point. At home against Brighton, you're here for the point. You're taking the point. I don't want a manager that's going to settle for a point against Brighton at home when we've only won 2 games in our last 5 in the Premier League. Exact same thing you did against Manchester United, you lost. And you done the exact same thing yesterday and you lost. Yeah, so he brings off Neto for Lavia. Didn't really do anything wrong when he came on, just did what he could. But he's not an attacking player. He can't really do much in terms of creating. So yeah, and then eventually on the back foot, we just defensive. And what happens eventually? They get their second goal in the 95th minute, I want to say, and it's just we lose the game. I predicted we lose 2-1, but we didn't lose 2-1. We lost 3-1. We lost 3-1. Once again, Garnacho Gittins didn't see a minute on that pitch yesterday, which once again proves my point that he didn't want either of them. Did not want either of them. And I think if when we speak about Enzo Maresca now, it'd be easy for me to say what I think about Enzo Maresca and like, do I want him out or not? But the main thing is, what's this board gonna do? Because I think something's about to happen behind the scenes. I think Maresca's becoming a lot more vocal in his press conferences. We've seen it where he's voicing it. It's obvious he wanted a centre back, and he made that clear in the press conference. They didn't give him one, and we're hearing all these reports, regardless if it's from Indy Cali or not. Like we're hearing all these reports that players aren't happy, that the directors are now putting pressure on him, and apparently the target this season was just to qualify for the Champions League, which I think is poor. Anyway, but that's a separate topic. But if I were to give you my personal thoughts on Enzo Maresca and the situation, I want him gone. But if the directors don't go with him, then there's no point sacking him. There's no point sacking him because we could have Pep right now be the exact same situation. How many managers are we going to go through with these directors in charge where they set them up for failure every year with recruitment, not signing a centre back, or persisting with signing these under 23s, and then they have the resale value later on. That's just not going to win us a league. It's not going to win us a Champions League. And we're 6 games into the Premier League season where we should be competing for the title. We're way already out of the title race. Way out of it. Liverpool are going to walk it anyway. But yeah, I just think with Enzo Maresca, my personal thing is I just don't think he's the man to take us forward. If he's going to do this every time things go wrong. And yes, listen, it's not his fault that the players are getting sent off. Sanchez was stupid. Chalobah, poor decision. And Santos, I don't know what he was doing, as I say. It's not his fault that we go down to 10 men. But at the same time, you can still win games of football with 10 men on the pitch. And I think people need to realise that. Like we still had enough quality to beat Brighton at home with 10 men. We didn't have to go defensive. We didn't have to settle for we initially settled for the 1-0 win. And then when we went to 1-1, you wanted to settle for that. We didn't get either of them. That's just like it's that you can't challenge for titles, you can't compete for major honours playing like that. It's the same thing we criticised Mikel Arteta at Arsenal for. And that's why I don't have any much confidence in this manager anymore. But as I say, until these directors go, nothing's going to change. And I fear what's going to happen for Chelsea this season, especially with the defensive situation is beyond a joke now. Because what I said could happen with us not signing centre back has happened and more. We've only got 3 fit. 2 of them aren't even centre backs really. We've literally already got 1 fit out and out centre back at the moment, or 1 that's eligible to play because Chalobah's fit, but he's suspended. And obviously he can play against Benfica, but it's so poor. It's so poor. And there are Chelsea fans. Listen, if you said to me, Maresca was at fault for yesterday's game and Manchester United, he needs to improve, but I think it's too early to sack him, I'd say fair enough. I completely hear that argument. But I'm hearing Chelsea fans sitting there saying it wasn't Maresca's fault for yesterday, it was Chalobah's fault because he got sent off. And as much as he has a part to blame, look at the way he responded to that game. As I say, you can win games with 10 men. Look at the way how he responded. He just went defensive, inviting the pressure when we haven't got the quality to do it. You've got a young kid in Josh Acheampong who was good when he came on. Still think he could have marked Danny Welbeck for the goal, but is what it is. Like he's the manager at the end of the day. Sometimes you have to actually look at the person in the dugout and what he's doing. And the subs again yesterday were just poor. If you think it's too early to sack him, that's fair enough. I completely understand that. But to say it wasn't his fault and he's not doing anything wrong, I think it's just naive from the Chelsea fan base. I really think it is. And right now, I'm not sure where we go from here because we go into a game against Benfica on Tuesday against Jose Mourinho at home. I'm not even confident in that. So I don't know what we do. I genuinely don't know what we do. But that's my thoughts on everything. You guys let me know what you think. But 2 wins out of 6 Premier League games so far this season is not good enough. It is just not good enough. Make sure you like this. Make sure you like the video, should I say, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys soon.